Imagine Earth, but with a twist, the striking beauty of massive rings like Saturn. Stop for a second. Picture them, shimmering sheets of rocks, ice, and dust gracefully circling our skies. It would be breathtaking, right? But hold on, this isn't just about pretty views. Having rings like Saturn? Oh, it'd turn our world upside down. No exaggeration. Let me break this down. First off, where would these rings actually come from? Turns out, big planetary rings form from events like massive impacts or moons getting torn apart. Imagine an ancient moon drifting too close to Earth. Bam! Gravity rips it to shreds, leaving behind debris, not unlike cosmic glitter. Over time, gravity tidies things up, flattening it into a neat orbital disk. Voila, we've got rings. So, what would they actually look like from Earth? If we assumed the rings aligned with Earth's equator, like Saturn's, the view would depend on where you stood. Near the equator, you'd see what looks like a thin line stretching from horizon to horizon, a quiet beauty in the sky. But if you were closer to the poles, things would get epic. The rings would create a giant, stunning arch across the heavens. Imagine sunsets painted with shades of reds, blues, and golds, reflecting off the icy particles. Social media? Forget about it. Earth would instantly become the top travel destination for alien Instagrammers. And satellites? Yeah, they'd have a problem. Earth's rings would wreak havoc on our modern infrastructure. Thousands of satellites, including GPS systems and communication satellites, would be endangered by the constant barrage of high-speed ring debris. Every facet of modern life tied to satellite tech, banking, navigation, internet, would have to work around this cosmic obstacle course. But debris isn't the only challenge. Think about the temperature. Rings reflect sunlight. Depending on their composition, the rings could cast shadows onto Earth's surface. The changing seasons as you know them? Kiss 'em goodbye. We'd have drastic temperature disparities in different hemispheres, or even within the same regions of Earth, shifting agriculture patterns and impacting biodiversity. Oh, and let's talk space exploration. Rockets launching from Earth would find their paths blocked by the dense cloud systems in low Earth orbit. Navigating through the rings? Super tricky. Add to that, space junk issues would multiply dramatically. Houston, we'd have so many problems. And scientifically speaking, how long would these rings last? Saturn's rings are thought to be relatively young in cosmic terms, only around 100 million years old, and they're slowly disappearing. Earth's rings, too, wouldn't be permanent. Debris would eventually rain down to the surface, burning up in the atmosphere with occasional breathtaking meteor showers. If you thought falling stars were cool before, you'd get a lot more of them. But let's get real. We'd also see impacts on ecosystems and history itself. Night skies wouldn't be dark anymore. Stargazing as we know it would take a back seat to the ambient light of glittering rings. Would ancient humans even have developed astronomy in the same way? Would our ancestors have crafted myths not about constellations, but about the shimmering, unearthly arches dominating the sky? And yes, here's the big one. The rings, while beautiful, could leave Earth perpetually vulnerable to falling debris. Every now and then, chunks of rock or ice might escape the ring system, and when they did, you bet they'd head straight for us. Sudden, sporadic impacts would be our constant reality. Stunning? Sure. Safe? Not so much. So, what if Earth had rings like Saturn? It'd be captivating, sure, but life would never be the same. The celestial beauty comes at a cost, shifting everything from technology to climate, from space exploration to the way we see the stars above. Doesn't make Earth's rings any less dreamworthy though, right? Got another crazy question for me? Drop it below starting with question in brackets, and let's dive in.